Myself Neha Shah from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Today I am going to explain you about test of significance for difference of standard deviations for the large samples. From the subject of probability and statistics from the unit of applied statistics. In the last session I will explain you about the test of significance for the difference of two different means. But suppose if we are taking a single sample mean but for the two different standard deviation, then what will be the variation in solving this type of exam for the large sample. So as you know that large samples means the number of samples will be greater than 30, right? So we will taking for the number of samples greater than 30. For that we will checking the significance of this particular test. Then how we solving it? For that there are some working rules. The first rule is we will defining the null hypothesis. So what is null hypothesis? Null hypothesis is representing as H0. In this we will assuming that the two standard deviations are same. So if we will defining this null hypothesis, it will be representing as sigma 1 is equals to sigma 2. It means the two samples have been drawn from the two different population but with having same standard deviation. So if we are taking the same standard deviation and after solving the example, if it will be considered as our null hypothesis is correct, then it will be acceptable, otherwise it will be rejected. Okay, so if we are defining the null hypothesis, it will be representing like this. In the null hypothesis, we will assuming something. So we are starting with assumption of that the two sample standard deviations will be same. So we are taking the value of sigma 1 equals to sigma 2. But if we are defining the alternative hypothesis, what is alternative hypothesis? It's a complement of this null hypothesis. So if we are defining the null hypothesis as sigma 1 equals to sigma 2, so alternative hypothesis will be representing as H1 and it will be representing as sigma 1 does not equals to sigma 2 because we had taken null hypothesis as sigma 1 equals to sigma 2, right? So the alternative hypothesis is sigma 1 does not equals to sigma 2. So it will not equal, so we can take a greater than value or less than value. So we are taking sigma 1 is less than sigma 2 or sigma 1 is greater than sigma 2. So this particular thing will be considered as alternative hypothesis. Now in defining the level of significance, if in any example you had given the level of significance equals to this like 1%, 5% likewise, then you have to take this particular value. Otherwise if the values are not given to you, then you have to take level of significance equals to 5%. So we will take the value of level of significance as value equals to alpha and it will be representing as 5% means 5 upon 100. So 5 upon 100 means it will consider as 0.05. For this particular level of significance, we will finding the value of Z. And this value of Z will be defining from the Z table. From this and we will finding the value of test statistics. So from that the value of more Z is defining and these two values will be compared. After the comparison of these two things, we will giving some decision based on this, right? So the next step is we will defining the test statistic and value of it equals to Z equals to S1 minus S2 as two standard deviations are different, right? So we will taking the standard deviation 1 minus standard deviation 2 means S1 minus S2 upon under root sigma 1 square upon 2n1 plus sigma 2 square upon 2n2. So by using this particular equation we will finding the value of test statistic Z. In this, if value of sigma 1 and sigma 2 are not given to you, then you have to use S1 and S2. Now the next thing you have to find out is critical value. We'll finding the value of Z at level of significance alpha, right? This particular value will be defined from the Z table. Now this value of Z is comparing with the value of mode Z alpha. And from this comparison of these two values, we can give some decision based on this. So the last step is we'll giving some decision. It means we'll giving the decision that this null hypothesis is correct or not and based on this we'll defining which type of system will be there. Now this will be well defined by some examples. The first example is the standard deviation of 1000 is found to be 2.6 and standard deviation of another random sample of 500 is 2.7. So it means the number of samples for the first population is 1000 and for the second population its value equals to 500, right? And the value of standard deviation are 2.6 and 2.7 respectively. Assuming the samples to be independent, find whether the two samples could have come from population with the same standard deviation. So in this we have to define that we have taken two different populations with the same standard deviation or two different standard deviations. So we have to compare this thing that if we are taking two different populations, the standard deviations are same or not. For that we will defining which data are given to you. The data are given to you as N1 means total number of samples for the first population is 1000, for the second population its value equals to 500. The standard deviation for the first system equals to 2.6 and for the second system its value equals to 2.7, right? So the value of S1 equals to 2.6 and the value of S2 equals to 2.7. Now we are defining the null hypothesis. In this we will assuming that the two standard deviations are same. So we are defining the null hypothesis as H0 and the value of it equals to sigma 1 equals to sigma 2. It means there is no significant difference between the two standard deviations. It means we are assuming that the two standard deviation with the same value. So if we are assuming this as null hypothesis, so what will be the alternative hypothesis? It's a complement of this, right? So if we are defining the alternative hypothesis, it will be representing as H1. In this we will taking sigma 1 does not equals to sigma 2. Because sigma 1 equals to sigma 2 is given to you in the null hypothesis. So sigma 1 does not equals to sigma 2, so it's not this value, so it will gives you this or this. Means it will consider as two-tailed test, right? So it will consider as the two-tailed test. Now, if we are defining the level of significance in this particular example, level of significance is not given to you, so we are assuming that the level of significance alpha equals to 0.05. So at this particular value, we will finding the value of Z from this Z table to find its critical value. So before that, we will finding the value of test statistic. What is the equation of this? Z equals to S1 minus S2 upon under root S1 square upon 2n1 plus S2 square upon 2n2. Now if we are putting all this value in this equation, after solving this, answer of it equals to minus 0.97. Now if we are finding the value of mod Z, then what is the value of mod Z? The value of mod Z equals to 0.97. Now we are finding the critical value of Z at this level of significance. So we are finding the critical value at Z 0.05 and its value equals to 1.96 from the Z table for this two-tailed test. Now you can see that the value of mod Z equals to 0.97 and the value of mod Z 0.05 is 1.96, right? So the value of mod Z is less than this mod Z 0.05. So from this, as the value is less than, so we can say that this null hypothesis is acceptable at 5% level of significance. So from this we can say that the two different populations have the same standard deviation. Now the next example is examining the two samples for which the data are given in the following table could have been drawn from populations with the same standard deviation. So standard deviation are given to you, but you have to assume that these two standard deviations are same. And if it will not change, then at last we will writing that these two standard deviations are different, right? So for that the table is given to you like this. Samples are given to you as sample 1 and sample 2. And the value of size is given to you as 100, 200. Standard deviation is given to you as 5 and 7. Now, if we're solving this example, first of all, we're defining which data are given to you. The first data is number of samples for the first system is 100. For second, its value equals to 200, right? So the value of n1 equals to 100 and value of n2 equals to 200. Now the next thing is standard deviation. For the first system, its value is 5, and for the second system, its value is 7. So in writing that S1 equals to 5 and S2 equals to 7. This data are given to you. Now you have to find out that whether these two standard deviations are same or not. So starting with the null hypothesis. What is null hypothesis? Null hypothesis means it is one kind of assumption. In this, first of all, we are assuming that two standard deviations are same. So if we are defining the null hypothesis, it will be representing as H0, and in this we are defining as the value of sigma 1 equals to sigma 2. It means two standard deviations are same, or we can also say that there is no significant difference between these two standard deviations. So if we are taking the same standard deviation as the null hypothesis, so what will be the alternative hypothesis? Alternative hypothesis is representing as H1, and in this we are assuming that complement of this particular thing, right? So complement of equal value means it will consider as not equal value. So it will consider as sigma 1 is not equals to sigma 2. So it's not particular one value, so it will consider as two-tailed test. So this particular example will solve by using this two-tailed test. Now when defining the level of significance, in this the data is not given to you. So by default we will take in the value of alpha equals to 0.05. So the level of significance alpha equals to 0.05. From this, now next we will finding the test statistics. What is the value of test statistics? Its value is that equals to S1 minus S2 upon under root S1 square upon 2n1 plus S2 square upon 2n2. Now if we putting all the values in this equation, so after solving this, answer of it equals to minus 4.02. Now if we are finding the value of mod z, what is the value of mod z? Mod z means mode of this. So if we are finding mode of this minus 4.02, answer of it equals to 4.02, right? So the value of mod z equals to 4.02. Now if we are finding the value of critical z, then the value of it equals to mod z 0.05 at this particular level of significance. From the z table for the two-tailed test, then its answer equals to 1.96. Now if you compare this two particular value, then you can say that the value of mod z is greater compared to mod z 0.05. Right. So the next step is, from this we can say that the value of mod z is greater than mod z 0.05. So from this we can give some decision as this assumption is wrong. So it means we're rejecting this particular null hypothesis. So we can say that the null hypothesis is rejected at 5% level of significance. It means these two standard deviations are not same. So we can say that the two different standard deviations are there. So you can say that this samples could not have been drawn from the population with the same standard deviation. In the next session, I will explain you for the small samples. So if we are taking the small samples, so in this we could not take the same method like this large sample, right? So for that, we'll defining the different types of method to solve this kind of example for small samples. Thank you so much.